Greetings from across the globe. Happy New Year, and I hope and trust that you're well and you crossed into 2024 well and in good health. It is a year that is promising, a lot of good things and big success. Welcome to another powerful and yet informative session of the Property Navigator. This is courtesy of Optifany Real Estate and hosted by none other than your best, most preferred and experienced property expert across the globe. My name is Kilonzo Mbuvi, and today we have a very informative session because the work of Property Navigator is just to navigate you where to build, where to live, and even where to thrive. But as you do that, you need to make an informed decision. You need to carry with you the necessary tools for you to become a property owner. And therefore, the topic of today is, what is beacon in land buying? What is a beacon in land buying? Good. The moment you decide to buy land, then beacon is part of the due diligence. So what is a beacon? A beacon is simply something to show demarcation. It is what shows demarcation of boundaries. Once you come to us, for example, at Optifany, we will take you to one of our properties. Say you want to do a residential, or you want maybe a property to do a commercial structure. So we'll take you to that particular property. We have already done a subdivision of that property, and then at that point you are going to see that particular plot. You are going to see a 50 by 100, you're going to see a 100 by 100, you are going to see half, you're going to see acre. So once we get on the ground, very important for you to know, go and see, make sure that we show you a beacon. Make sure you see a beacon. A beacon comes in different forms, or that representation of that boundary, because, for example, you see plot number 1, for example, at Achievers Paradise, or even in Ocean View Ridge in Vipingo. You see plot number 1. So you will be a neighbor to plot maybe number 2, or maybe to plot number 3. So what shows how you border with your neighbor is what we are calling a beacon. So a beacon is a representation of a boundary between you and your neighbor. It comes in different forms, but the common ones are, 1, it could be made in concrete. A concrete, like you can see here, it can be made in concrete. So other beacons, because we are also, one of the things that you should really know when you're looking for a beacon is, a beacon should be all weather. It should stand, it should be very well visible. A beacon should be very well visible. So it could be in a concrete, it could also be in a pipe. Like you see the plastic pipes. It can also be a pipe that emanates from the ground and it is filled with concrete also. A beacon can also be like the ones that we are doing at Ocean View. They are, a column of, a beacon is a column of cement, of concrete. Is a column that is about 1 meter from the ground. And all of us have seen so many beacons like when you're on the major highways, our major highways in Kenya that are done by Kena, Kera, and Kura. We have beacons all over, beacons demarcating or showing the size, the width of that road. That is what I'm talking about. So beacons come in different forms. There is one that is right on the ground in circle. Most of the time they are in circle, and they are well, fitted on the ground at the border of your plot. Where your plot borders, you will find, if it is a 50 by 100, it will have 4 beacons. If it is a corner plot, it will have about 5 beacons. So the beacons must be very visible. The beacons must be very visible. You must be able to see it, because that is a legal structure, is a legal representation of your boundary. You must go on the site and you must see the beacon. So once you have been on the site and you have seen the beacon, it comes in different forms. Like I've said, a protruding concrete column that is just coming from the ground, like you can see on these pictures. It can be something on the ground. It is a concrete that is fitted on the ground at the border. It comes in different forms. So insist to see the beacon, because beacons are known by the government. They will show the size of that particular land you're buying, and they must be there on the ground. If you go to that property and you cannot identify the beacons, Remember, I said it is part of the due diligence. When you're buying that property, it is part of due diligence. You must see it, you must be shown, and it must be very clear. Sometimes, like us at Optiven, we will plant a tree next to that beacon because just to emphasize that it must be very clear, it must be very feasible. And then one more thing about the beacons. All the time, make sure that your beacons around that area, the neighborhood of your beacon, make sure that it is cleared. Make sure the bushes around the beacons are cleared and they are well visible. That is just to ensure that the beacons can be clearly seen at all times. Keep on reinforcing your beacons. Keep on reinforcing your beacons. Keep on reinforcing them so that they are clearly visible at all times. This is the work of Property Navigator, and I hope today that you have learned about beacons because it is very paramount in land purchase process. And that is exactly the work of Property Navigator, just to navigate you where to build, where to live, where to thrive. As you go there, you need this very information. If it is so important to you, if you have learned something, please share with your friends. Just tap the share button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you in the next episode of Great Information. Happy 2024, a year of great success, and yes, God has a good plan for you. Bye.